coaches and players all summer long, and now we're pleased to be joined by the running backs coach down at BYU. He is Harvey Unga. And Harvey, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
How does it feel to be a position coach for a running back room that is one of the best in the country? You've got a 1,000-yard rusher like you were back when you played. You got Lopini. I mean, just a loaded running back room right now.
Yeah, no pressure. No, it's been fun. I'm enjoying it. I love it. I guess relatively, they're young. It's a young group. But it's been fun. I'm loving it, and I don't think anyone realized the caliber of backs that we had, myself included. I love Tyler and Pini, and I've always thought they were talented and capable running backs, but it was cool to see them, kind of take their abilities to that next level and showcase, whether it was catching the ball or breaking big runs and stuff like that. We as an offense, I felt we were blessed to have those guys and to just to see them do that. It's kind of a breath of fresh air to see them play the way they played, and it's exciting when you see these guys break out some big runs. It's I don't know, haven't seen that in a little bit, and it's fun to see those guys actually do that, just break away and get some long runs going. So it's been fun. And then they make some amazing catches out there.
Oh man, yeah. So you're referring to Lopini Katoa. Yeah. It looks like he's put on, according to the depth chart. Now we haven't laid our eyes on it. It looks like you add a little weight, Lopini.
So majority of the backs actually, like I've never seen guys hit the weights this hard before. Like and a lot of it, I'll give him credit. I think Hinckley, or we call him Falal, his middle name that most of us call him, Falal Rapati. He's the one that is the, I guess we'll call him the general of the weight room for the backs. And I don't know if there was something in the spring. Someone took a picture of him or something like that. Spring ball.
Where he's just like,
yeah, it looked like a whole.
He looked amazing.
Looked like somebody kind of etched out his triceps or something like that on some Photoshop thing. I'm like, what is that?
That was a photo where I said, okay, that's going to be a meme where it's like, okay, what's the saying of be worried about the guy that's going to come steal your, yeah. That's Hinckley Rapati. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was like, that looks impressive. Is he healthy, Hinckley? Is he going to be ready to go and all set?
Yeah, our room now, everybody's healthy, back at it. Miles Davis is healthy, McChesney, Shoned, Falal, everybody's healthy, ready to roll. Beanie and Tyler, everyone's good. So, but Beanie's he's gotten a little bit bigger. Like most of the guys in the room, they've put on quite a bit of muscle, and it's I'm glad to see them just pushing each other and working hard, because we got our work cut out for us this upcoming season. But I'm glad to see these guys taking it serious and preparing for it.
What do you credit as the reason Tyler, or maybe some of the factors that went into Tyler Algier making that big jump in his game?
Oh, that was all me. No, yeah, right. No, his work ethic. The kid is he lives, eats, breathes football. He reminds me of the running back version of Zach Wilson. The kid, he loves what he does, his craft and everything. He perfects it, and any little extra work he does or he can do, he'll do it. I mean, there's numerous times where he's called me and asked if I could go and do drills with him at random times. And when you have someone like that, I can't take any credit for it. Like that's him and his God-given abilities on top of it. But it's been fun to see and watch him just grow as a running back.
Harvey Unga is our guest here on Cougar Sports Saturday for a few more moments here, and it's going to be fun to watch this schedule. You got that big Arizona game, you got Utah, you got Arizona State, just big-time games in September. How excited are the guys to play a bunch of name brands this year? Last year was great, and there was a lot of exciting wins, but this schedule has more meat on the bone than last year.
No, we're excited. we're pumped. It's obviously it's something that's going to be challenging, but at the same time, like there's been so many times in the past that even back to when I was playing here, there were games that kind of seemed like, why are we playing these guys? We're way out of our league, like trying to play these guys. These guys are they're good teams that we're playing against, but yet we were able to find a way to win. And I'm not saying that we're going to sit here and try to find a way to win against these teams that we're playing against, but we're definitely not going to shy away from the opportunity and the challenge. And I think the running backs in general has been our whole mindset. Yeah, last year was great, but why can't we follow it up with something great? There was a time before where when John Beck was here, we had an amazing season senior year. They were 11-2, and I had redshirted that year, and we lost him, Johnny Harley, and a bunch of guys on offense and defense. And then you had a bunch of, at the time, no names. With Max hadn't played ball yet, Dennis hadn't played, myself, like I hadn't taken a snap really. I took maybe 2, 3, but none of us really had time, and everyone was skeptical. But yet we followed up with another 11-2 season, and I don't think anybody expected that, but we did. Like Max did, myself, Dennis, like all the guys on the team, we did. And to me, that was the most important thing. And I keep telling these guys, I'm like, why can't you guys do the same? Who says we can't follow up with another good season and make your mark in history of being one of those teams, with a dominant team, and make this program a dominant program. And I don't want these guys to ever. Like, we'll respect every opponent that we have, but at the same time, I hope these guys come in with the mindset like they should be worried that they have BYU on their schedule. I want our running guys to think that way. Like, why not be that team? And the only way we can do that is if these guys work their butts off in the weight room, and if they're doing all the real extra things you need to prepare for the season. So when the time does come, hopefully people are saying that like, shit, we gotta put BYU this season. That's what you want. That's as a coach, I want that, but even as a player, that's how I felt. I wanted teams to think, crap, we got to play these guys. We'll see, though. It'll be fun, and it's a good schedule to have. I'm excited for the challenge, and we'll see what happens.
I love the parallels to the 2007 season because, I think back to that when you were saying it, that running back room with you and Fui, you guys, but there was a lot of experience. Like, you guys were all stepping into elevated roles, but similar to this year, these guys have been around the program. In this offense, the philosophy feels like, from what we're hearing and seeing from Aaron Roderick, that it's pretty much going to be, a lot. There's going to be some changes, sure, but a lot of similarities to what happened last year. So now it's just a matter of executing, taking a chance at your opportunity.
That's exactly. It's like nothing's going to change the way we come, into the game plan and everything like that. We're still going to be an aggressive team on offense and defense, but A-Rod's not afraid to throw the ball down the field, at random times, whatever it is, and he's definitely not one to shy away from. If the run game is working, he's going to pound the ball, and he's going to let those guys eat and let the offensive line just do their thing. So, and people got to see a glimpse of it in the bowl game. We were down quite a bit of coaches in the game, and we were able to see A-Rod kind of, be in his element and do his thing, call the game and stuff. And you saw how aggressive he called that game, and I don't think anything is going to change. And like you said, more than anything, we just need to keep our guys ready to execute and fill in whatever shoes that need to be filled, and keep the ball rolling.
Talking with Harvey Unga here on Cougar Sports Saturday on KSL News Radio. Speaking more about the guys in your running back room. We know about Tyler Algier, Lopini Katoa comes back, but some of the other individuals I want to maybe get an update on. We talked about Hinckley Rapati. What about Sione Fee now? Last year it felt like a little bit of because people forget he was the 2019 leading rusher, and he was the number one guy in terms of yards. had that injury, and then felt like last year was kind of just getting his footing back. Where's he at as far as his development?
He's back at it again. He's put on some weight too, put on some muscle on him. Is full go, healthy and everything. Last year was tough. It was his first, I guess, real injury, so to speak, and so some of the people don't understand. I guess if they haven't been in an injury before, they don't understand what all entails with coming back from it, especially when it's an ACL and stuff like that. But I think last year was definitely it was a tough experience, but also something that's helped him learn and grow and has made him better in the sense that now mentally he is in a better place, physically in a better place, and is more hungry now than ever. So he's somebody that, like I said, these guys they're pushing each other, they're working hard, and if God forbid something happens, if one guy goes down, they're at the point where they're training hard enough that we shouldn't skip a beat when the next guy comes in to fill their shoes. It should be where if one guy goes down, the next guy's like, nothing changes with the run game, nothing changes with our plans and scheme and game planning. It should just flow and everybody should be ready to go.
Harvey, this is the time of year for me where my YouTube feed starts to get cluttered with old losses and old BYU wins. I get hungry for football. And what often comes up is Utah memories, Utah losses, Utah wins, you scoring touchdowns against Utah, having good comeback wins. I know that that's not the first game, and that's just, you can make an argument whether it is or is not the most important game. But is there just an additive incentive to get this one, knowing there's going to be a break in the streak and everything that goes into that rivalry game?
And anytime we play those guys, to me, there's no kind of incentive that makes it, I don't know, better or worse or more sweet. Playing them to me is just, I don't know, you can't put into words the feeling you get when you play in that rivalry game. And although there's going to be a little bit of a break, nothing really changes, I guess, in my opinion, and the way I feel about it. I just want to win. I don't care whatever it is, whether there is a break or not. Anytime you get to play these guys, that's all it is. For some people, I guess, yeah, maybe it is a little more incentive just because of the break and stuff. But to me, I don't see it as an incentive. I just want to win. We're due for one. We need it, and it'll be exciting. It'll be fun. But I wouldn't mind if it wasn't a close game. If it didn't come down to the wire, I wouldn't complain. I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Don't always have to lay out Robert Jackson and truck him into the end zone. You don't always have to resort to those things, late game heroics.
Yeah, I'm not looking for overtime Hail Mary or anything like that. If we win by 14,
just get that quarterback nailed down, right?
Yeah, the victory formation, that's the best formation in football. So
how sweet is it going to be, though, having that game be the home opener, first game? Really, I expect a sellout. I mean, you got Utah coming to town. First opportunity, you'll have played in that environment down in Vegas, but not quite the same as being back in the Bell Edwards Stadium, rivalry game, packed house. It's got to be exciting.
I'm pumped for it. I'm excited for it, and like you said, I guess because of last year and the whole crazy season, I think that to me, is more fun to be able to, for these, especially more than anything for the players, come out here and run out in the Bell Edwards Stadium in front of their families, friends, and the fans and stuff. It's something that I will never forget as a player, and I don't think these kids will forget. But also, like I said, not having family in the stands last year and stuff, it's tough. maybe it shouldn't make a difference, but I felt like it does. And there's something about it when you have your family there at the game. They're cheering you on and stuff, and even to see them before or after the games, it's cool. And to have that be the first game here, I'm excited for us. It's a special game. It's a special rivalry. And those guys, we got a great team too. So I'm excited, and it's always an honor and a privilege, and a blessing to have the rivalry, to be able to play in this game. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait.
Harvey, you're in your second year as the running back coach. I'm just curious, maybe now that the pandemic is easing up and we're talking in person, no mask and everything, what are maybe some things that you or other coaches on the staff maybe do for maybe self-evaluation just to improve in the craft as you do you want to be in coaching could you see it the rest of your life, I guess?
For sure. I love what I'm doing. And whether it is collegiate level, or if an opportunity will come to the NFL, or even in high school, I love it. I love coaching. I love being around these guys, teaching them the game of football. But also, there's so many opportunities away from football to really help these guys out. And to me, I think that's been the biggest blessing and the biggest motivation for me to do this and to be in this profession, to serve these young men and help them be the best versions of themselves, both with football and away from football. It's something that I feel blessed and honored and thankful to do, and praying that I can keep a job for a long time and keep doing what I'm doing. But, yeah, in the off season though, it's we do a lot of we call self scout. Not only with the offense, but some of the coaches like to kind of dissect the way that they go about things. We talk to other coaches and see how other coaches run their meetings, or the way that they run drills, and I guess their approach to the game, and how I guess the way that they coach and how they perfect their craft. A lot of that happens in the off season. I'm learning a ton. I take so much from other coaches and stuff. It's cool to see too, because this game changes so much. Even from the time that I was playing to now, the whole entire game has changed. It's changed in so many different ways. And if you stay stagnant and you're stuck in your old ways, I don't know. It's a brutal profession, and you see some guys I don't think there's a right or wrong way to coach, but with the time change, kids are changing, and the way you recruit them is changing. The way you coach them changes. Kids, I guess the old school days of yelling at kids and trying to make them do these Oklahoma drills where they're just killing each other. It doesn't work now. It doesn't. The game's changing that way. Where I don't know, a lot of these guys don't really respond well to you yelling at them and belittling them. And the time you're sitting there watching film for 2 hours straight with your position coach, it doesn't work. I struggle with 30 minutes with these guys to keep their attention span on the film. So, we're finding different ways to do things, to teach in our rooms. You guys familiar with Cahoots? I don't know if you guys are familiar.
No. What? Is this like a midwave TikTok or something?
No. It's I wish. I think my running back would be the best at that if it was some TikTok people. No, but it's a different way to teach, where it's almost like Jeopardy, I guess, where because we use technology for everything.
Yeah.
And so they'll bring their phones into the meeting room, which never happened in the past, but now they do, and I'll break down some film with them. Then after the film, they call it a Kahoot. It's just a quiz where I'll have 10 questions, and we'll go over the film and break down. I'll ask questions, and there's multiple answers, and it's all timed. So if you click on it the fastest, then it'll show who was first, second, third, fourth, fifth place, or whatever. it's fun. It's something different, but it keeps those guys engaged. It keeps them happy to be in the room and actually learn the game of football in a different way. But even stuff like that, so it's fun to see it. It's different. Times are just so different now.
Yeah, it is different. And I remember when you were playing, obviously Bronco Mendenhall was your head coach, and this is a long ways down the road. But what do you think that's going to be like when Bronco rolls in and a guy that you played for, and he's going to be on the opposing sideline? What do you think that'll be like?
It'll be fun. Yeah. It'll be fun because he knows that this is something that I love and enjoyed. And for my freshman year here, we had an exit interview, and he asked what I wanted to do after I was done with my career at BYU, and I told him I wanted to coach. And just being able to be in this seat now and then coach against him, it's kind of cool for me. It's like, I told this guy this is what I want to do. Here I am. I get to coach against this guy and somebody that I admire and appreciate and have learned so much from. It'll be fun, and it's I love Coach Mendenhall. He's a great person, good guy, and it was random but surprising. I was shocked. The guy on my birthday still shoots me a text and wishes me happy birthday and stuff, which is, I don't know, something small, but it means a lot to me, and I appreciate him for that. And I don't know, those little gestures go a long way. I hope we kill him, but I still love the guy, and I'm excited, to be doing what I'm doing, and to I guess have that thing come full circle with that exit interview my freshman year.
Let's end on a light note with Harvey Unga here in Cougar Sports Saturday. Earlier in the summer, we talked to Steve Clark and somehow got on the music, Mount Rushmore music. I'm not going to put the same restrictions on this question for you that we did to Coach Clark, because his was rock, rock and roll, sure. Mount Rushmore. I'm just going to say your top 4 Mount Rushmore of musical artists or groups.
Was his Rush?
Rush was number 1. Van Halen was there as well. And a couple of really hard Tool and System of a Down.
Okay.
What about for you?
Man, that's tough. Because I'm kind of all over the place.
Okay.
Are you the guy
that's 5 or?
Yeah, top 4, top 5. Let me ask though real quick. Are you the guy with the aux cable at the practices?
Usually. Like I said, I'm all over the place. Like, I listen to stuff and people are looking at me like, what is he? He listens to this? But no, man, that's tough. Bob Marley.
Okay.
That's definitely one of them.
That was Bronco's favorite, wasn't it?
Probably.
I think Bronco's a Bob Marley guy.
He's a reggae guy, so I could see that. Bob Marley for one. Tupac.
Okay, nice. Yes. You can't go wrong with 90s rap.
I'm stuck in that. That's tough.
We gotta get 2 more, Harvey.
No, man, that's
Steve Clark ripped off these 4 like it was.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like everywhere. I think it's like the day.
Justin Bieber.
No, I like Justin Bieber. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, so do we.
Guilty pleasure.
Yep.
Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, you ever have those songs where if you're in the car by yourself and it's on, like you'll sing it, but if everyone's around, you're like,
I'll slap that Emancipation of Mimi. Let's go. We belong together. I'm just screaming it out.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Fantasy. And I know you guys try to sing like her when you hear that song. That's me in the car. I try to sound like Mariah Carey. No, yeah. Geez, that's tough. I would say probably George Strait.
Okay.
He's another one.
George Strait. This Mount Rushmore is all over the place.
George Strait, I respect it.
But that's hard too, because I love Kenny Chesney, Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw. I can't. But George Strait, I would say I probably listen to George. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Harvey, we appreciate it, man. We know Cougar fans listening hope that you make some music with these running backs this season. It's gonna be a fun year. We're looking forward to it. And good luck this season.
Appreciate you guys.
It's Harvey Unga here
Cheers,
on
Harvey.
Cougar Sports Saturday on